Well, this really is quite uplifting. There is so much to raise the mood all around us. After all, this is when, in the face of anything, hope springs eternal, and the fans puff out their chests proudly. Well, you've got to say, the Nerazzurri certainly know how to create an atmosphere. 80,000 here in black and blue. The dress code is a strict one. The action has already started. So what can they make of this? Mohamed Salah hurtling down that right flank. Quality ball. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Now he's off and running. Oh, that's well spotted. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Look, the game is full of ifs and buts. If only the pass could have completed its journey.
Oh, that's a key interception. Salah. Very nicely done. Oh, that's a fine interception. Well, here's your hero, goal scorer, match winner, saviour, all in one. Lionel Messi is indeed one of a kind, and history shows that he is all of those things and so much more.
Yeah, and we can testify to that, having covered quite a few of those games where he showed the very best qualities.
Time after time, it is a tale of the extraordinary, and we've come to expect the extraordinary from him.
We have.
Hannibal. Neither of the teams has yet taken the initiative.
Might want to be careful there.
Is there any support? It's one! Hannibal. No goals as yet. Now this could be a chance. Rudiger wins the duel this time. Messi. Good running, strong and purposeful. Messi will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Oh, this looks sharp. Aronson, well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Aimed beyond the defence. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. And he's managed to get free. Aronson.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
Hannibal. Oh, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. Solomon. Solomon going face-to-face with his great rival. Hannibal. Nice interception, his positioning was spot on. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Aronson. Inter Milan upping the intensity here, having lost possession.
Yeah, it's actually very good pressing. They run it back as quickly as they can get it, and they're hunting in packs to do just that.
Good to watch.
It really is. It's rugged and robust, but it still needs plenty of intelligence and teamwork.
And the counter is on. That has been cut short. Mohamed Salah. Their attempt, just the wrong outcome.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a bit disappointed with that, Peter. You would have fancied him to at least hit the target. I wouldn't fancy playing up front in these circumstances, to be honest. There's absolutely no supply.
Well read, nice interception. Anyone who's joined us late, I can confirm that in terms of goals, at least you've missed nothing. It's loose now and they want to get it back. Chalobah.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
He made it look a bit predictable.
Oh, what a climb! Harmlessly behind.
Do I really need to tell you, Peter, that he has to do better, especially from there?
Solomon. Messi proves too strong. Hannibal. Chalaba. Aronson. Oh, good spread. And the referee brings the first half to a close. Well, perhaps not full of thrills and spills, but a game which has been of a very high level, certainly defensively, as both teams walk off unscathed. A tight affair, 0-0 at the break. How would you review the first half?
Well, they look lost for ideas and lacking in talent, which all contributes to a chronic case of impotence.
An engrossing half, but we're still where we started, 0-0.
Sostituzione per l'Inter. Numero 11, numero 41.
And we're underway again.
Well, I can imagine both managers have been in the ears of the players. They want more. Let's hope the game could...
Big chance! And another try! There's a goal! And the second half is off to a flyer! Sharp, simple, satisfying. He just knew what was on.
That's really good anticipation too, Peter. Just instinctively knew where the ball would be and where he needed to put himself.
So we have had the first significant moment. It is 1-0.
Look, I'm sure that silencing the crowd would have been mentioned in the dressing room beforehand. And just listen.
He is through here. Chalaba. Little pass back. Oh, easy pickings there. Messi. He could be in here. Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. That's pretty clear. It is a foul. And he is going into that little black book.
Well, this is his opportunity to make the stage his own here.
This certainly looks appetising, well within shooting range. Messi! That was travelling. Suter. Well, we expected better, and so did he.
Well, they've stamped some authority on things, but how much more authority can be generated?
Rodri. Expertly cut out, really nicely done. So the team separated just by the one goal, which came early in the second period. 1-0 the score. He's found a way through. Bellingham.
This is the time you need that pace.
L'affluenza di quest'oggi è di 81.007 spettatori.
He's going to be disappointed with that. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
Now it's Mbappe. And that could set him on his way. And he's made sure that's not getting through.
Inter showing a little more urgency now, and to be honest, Peter, this is what...
And Messi! And yes, it's there! Inter are back in business. Oh, beautifully dispatched. There was no reaching that.
He weighed up the landscape, Peter, and he stuck it bang in the corner.
That has certainly made things interesting.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter. When you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing, the outcome should all come down to finishing. Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
He's got away. Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. And the shot! Split-second reaction.
Well, you get a sense, Peter, that he could almost get to anything today. They've got a healthy number of very tall targets to pick out from this corner.
Well, he's seen that early, used a certain sixth sense. And now they can spring out of defence. Well, played right into his path. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Just eases him off the ball, and he has been fouled there.
Well, if he's serious about trying from this range, I think he must feel he can generate the power. Big ask.
That's a fine save.
Absolutely terrific, terrific reflexes. Goalkeeping at its very best.
Bellingham! Bellingham! Taken off it pretty forcefully.
Inter showing a good level of intensity at this stage. They're calling on all their resources now.
He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. Now looking to orchestrate a counter. Guardiola promptly onto that, and that is that. Omur. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Can they find an extra gear here? Aronson. Inter Milan needed that. They really needed it.
Yeah, they showed a vulnerability until the move was stifled. That'll have stirred a little concern.
Pinches it off him.
You wonder if that's it now, but there may be one more opportunity, Peter, for a late steal here.
Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it. Omur. And he's had it nicked away. Fiddles it through. Mbappe. He's shifting through the gears here.
Il quarto uomo indica 2 minuti di recupero.
They're avoiding the blatantly obvious by not getting the ball into the opposition box. That's where it has to be.
No, that's been intercepted. 90 minutes up, and we will be back for extra time.
Well, we can only hope we get an extra time contest of similar ambition, provided fatigue doesn't begin to play a part.
So all square, we need a winner, and we will be back for extra time.
Ricordiamo a tutti i tifosi che è possibile fumare solo nelle aree appositamente predisposte all'interno dello stadio. Sostituzione per l'Inter. Numero 7. Numero 20.
90 minutes gone and nothing between them still.
Per il numero 22. Il numero 99. Il numero 17.
Aronson.
Attenzione, un cambio.
Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. That's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
And there's his chance to lead the counter. De Bruyne. Threads one in. And here's Rafinha. And it's Messi. And Messi! And somehow he managed to miss it.
Well, we could be headed for a scenario in which next goal is the winner. That chance could have been it too.
Richie. Rodon. Lefebvre. Oh, that's beautifully weighted.
Oh, that was expansive and incisive, the type of move to please any coach.
Rafinha. Pops him off it and wins back the ball. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. De Bruyne. Played back in. That's it! Oh, it's in! And that may just do it! What a great header, got plenty on that.
He did so well there, attacking the ball the way he did. He got a strong forehead behind that one.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here? And here's the chance to counter. That is good alertness. Half-time, extra time. Yeah, it is coming down to those last 15 minutes. A truly attritional affair that has reduced both teams to near standstill. The saying goes that it only takes a moment to make a difference in this game, but you have to pose the question, is there enough left in the collective tank of either team?
Sostituzione per l'Inter. Numero 10, Messi.
And we're off for the final time.
Numero 14,
They have given it everything. It's been grueling. But who will be standing at the very end? And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good for him.
He's picked the ball! Oh, the ball's run loose here. Redmond. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Redmond gets across and deals with it. And here's VAR. Has a shot! And that would have been game, set and match.
Well, he's definitely kept the side in the game then. That's really good positioning. They could have doubled their lead there.
Oh, that's fabulous.
Such good technique.
Oh, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. Now, can he find a finish? Rudiger did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Rodri kept his eye on it, and he's there. Great ball if he can get there. And he's certainly onside here. And that is expertly dealt with.
Inter can afford to settle on seeing this one out by running down the clock, I think. That was well seen too. Good clearance.
Tries a shot! Now, who's going to be first to this? Redmond.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity. Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
And there goes the final whistle. Well, what a game. Unpredictable to the very end, momentum shifting this way and that. The kind of match, as neutrals, we all love to come and see. How do you look back on the game then, Jim?
Listen, despite the loss, they have to take something from this. I think the coach will have seen things he needs to work on, so I'm sure they have a lot of...
Well, here comes a crunch game. So much depends on this. Expectation and nerve. It is indeed a heady mix. And the matchday noise at this place is truly special. The pride, the passion, it adds to a massive sense of occasion. And as you can see, we've already started here. Oh, it's taken out. That'll be a foul. It's not taken him long, and that's going to be a booking. Well, he stayed down and is in very obvious discomfort here. Beauvais has a look and has a go. And got to be quick to recover this. In towards the middle. That's a decent clearance. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest.
Solomon really added the width there thanks to his willingness to make the run.
Well, we expected better, and so did he. But it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
The movement was good, but the pass lacked authority, a cause of mild frustration. Well, it seems as if he's just had a momentary lapse and slipped into tunnel vision, because he had good options around him and he failed to get his head up.
Well, that 2000-2001 season really did bring about the dream for Gabriel Batistuta. The year he won his sole Italian league title in his career. So deserved it, Jim.
And it was a title settled in such dramatic fashion, Peter.
Yeah, went down to the final day.
Yeah, and it was appropriate, I think, that his 20th and final goal of the season was effectively the clincher. It settled affairs.
And every football lover surely felt such pleasure for him. He's dealt with that really well. Totti.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Zalewski. Totti. He's tried one! Shot, and again! He's delivered all right! That was fabulous. The most adept of touches, the smoothest of finishes.
Well, I think he knew all he had to do was get it under control, and it was always going to end up in the back of the net thereafter.
So we have our breakthrough.
Well, I think the next 5 to 10 minutes will call for real focus, as the opposition will inevitably react.
Nice interception, well timed. Now there's a fine ball.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
Brilliantly cut out. Solomon.
It's the sort of situation that they'll want to capitalise on now.
And he was quick to react. That is a great pick out. Mancini with a fine tackle.
This is the time you need that pace.
Out of play for a throw. Batistuta. And Batistuta! Oh, that's a foul in a dangerous area.
Well, he pushed his luck to the very limit, and the refs just lost patience with him.
He's shaping up to have a crack from here. Totti! That's a fine save.
Well, I thought his starting position was good, and that helped the keeper to judge the flight of the ball and deal with it well.
Solomon. That's a good run down the left. Oh, that's fabulous. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Hannibal. There's the shot! Yes! They have grabbed themselves an equaliser.
And it's another really good show of character. I love the spirit and togetherness they muster. Never know when they're beaten.
Not a defender in sight. He had all the time in the world.
Well, I think the keeper has every reason to rip into that defence for allowing him to get into such a good position.
Substitution on the field, number 30.
Time then for the first substitution of the game.
On the field is
and that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Oh, look, Peter, I was on the fence before a bullet was kicked, and I still haven't moved.
Solomon. Has a look and plays it forward. Hannibal.
Footballing width usually identifies with running room, and we've just seen a prime example.
Driving on and making good progress.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
Totti! Oh, that is beyond special! A worldie and a half! That is a gem! An absolute gem! And they get themselves in front!
Perhaps deserves a little bit of sympathy here, because that's a goalkeeper's nightmare. It's clear that the keeper was unsighted by his defence, and by the time he picked up the flight of that, it was too late.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for.
This is the perfect example of how to play with a man advantage. Move the opposition from side to side, wear them down, deserve goal.
And the shot! Oh, that was a brilliant save.
He's definitely living up to the occasion here. He just loves being out there amongst it.
Hannibal.
2 minutes
cuts
has
it out.
been indicated.
Yeah, this kind of bold running will always get you into areas of possibility.
Not pretty, but it gets the job done. And here's El Shaarawy. And that is going to be the final action of the first half. Well, it has been a very watchable football match that has already provided 3 goals, both teams contributing plenty to it. And in terms of scoreline, it is close to being perfectly balanced. The game living up to billing and plenty of thrills to keep the crowd warm. We'll be resuming in a quarter of an hour from now with the scoreline 2-1. What have we learned from the first 45 minutes?
Well, Peter, there's no doubting that the situation is quite bleak when you're not only losing but a man down as well. And while the break is most welcome in giving the opportunity for the players to regroup, there's no doubting that the next 45 minutes are going to be extremely difficult.
And hostilities have resumed at the start of the second half.
Well, I think starting this half in a strong manner is essential, Peter, if you're chasing the game, which they are. You know, go with intent and purpose. Let your opponents know you're not just going to quietly bow down.
Real chance! Oh, he's been caught on it here. And the shot! Dispatched clinically. They've done it again. It is incredible.
Yeah, and it's very much deserved in the circumstances. In these games, it's so tempting to maybe get a little sorry for yourselves, but there's none of that.
Complete awareness. He understood what was needed, and he executed it smoothly.
Yeah, and all engineers.
Zalewski! Oh, it's fallen loose again! What a wonderful goal!
Boom! There we go. And it couldn't be much better. He was born for the glory he's just managed. The apple on top of the tree.
Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Well, it still had to be finished off, so well done to the goal scorer, but the keeper should have done a lot better.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
This is the perfect example of how to play with a man advantage. Move the opposition from side to side, wear them down.
He's having a go! And he hits the net! crossing. Oh, beautifully dispatched. There was no reaching that.
He weighed up the landscape, Peter, and he stuck it bang in the corner.
So the lead now is 2.
Well, their manager seems to have them always thinking about the next goal. When's the next goal coming? They're such an entertaining watch.
For this match was 28,997.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
Solomon. He has found the way through. Look at... And the shot! It's gone in! And the trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
This is threatening to be... And now the hit! Oh, what has happened here? And one more try! He's got a goal! What a super header, dispatched beautifully.
He did so well there, attacking the ball the way he did. He got a strong forehead behind that one.
And that means just one thing, match ball.
Oh, he's been unstoppable in this match. Every single time he's been in possession, he's looked a threat.
Substitutions taking place.
So the manager can make a change for the first time in the game here. Well, that has changed the dynamic somewhat.
Well, everything is going to plan, Peter. A day for a regular managerial heartbeat, at least for one.
So what can they make of this? Batistuta. There's the hit!
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
Mancini makes the interception. Pellegrini. And that's the end of that. It all started well enough. Oh, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. He's chosen to go back.
They're really getting no time to think on the ball.
Has a goal! Oh, surely that deserved better.
It's easy to say it, but difficult to stop it when runs in behind are being made like that.
Hasmoon. Just a quarter of an hour to play. And here's Totti. It's Totti! It's loose, and there's a race for the ball. Oh, he's been caught napping. Can he finish? And he nearly went all the way.
Oh, after so much hard work, he fluffed. He just shouldn't be missing from there.
And we have our very first corner. Beauvais. And now a sudden chance to counter. Hannibal. Looking for the run. He's onside. He's had a hit. Yes, it's in. The lightness of step, the sharpness of movement, the certainty of finish.
Yeah, and having the thrust to get there is one thing, having the composure to score is another.
And there was his third, and boy, he looks the business, doesn't he just?
And the frightening thing is, Peter, this isn't even a surprise. He thrives in these situations.
We have got ourselves a game here.
Well, they've given themselves a chance here, but now it's a case of getting the balance right between attack and defence, and that's not easy.
Hannibal.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
He's picked his way through.
I thought it was going to happen then. How many more chances can they realistically expect now?
There will be 5 minutes added time.
5 minutes to add. Oh, perfectly measured that. Now the finish! And he's found the net! They have stolen level at the last!
I was impressed with both the movement and the pass, both causing lots of problems for that defence.
All square again into the dying minute. Totti! Yes, he's done it! And that may just do it! And he stuck it away as if laser guided.
He had the whole picture in his head, Peter. He didn't even look at the goalkeeper.
Clinical, just clinical. What a game this is turning out to be for him. And that's it. Well, that was intense, an enjoyable contest that either could easily have won, ultimately decided by just the odd goal.
Well, they were up against it, but these players can take heart from what was a worthy response. There was no sign at any stage.